Hello and welcome to 1TV News and Brief, coming to you live from Megaband 97.3 FM. I am Esther Chimize. River State Governor Nyesom Wike has again decried the threat of effective political leadership in Nigeria. He said such effective leadership, when identified, should place service
above self and work to ensure enduring development for the people of the country. Wike made the observation at the inauguration of the dualized Ogunabali Eastern Bypass Road, performed by former governor of Sokoto State, Aliyu Wamako. He noted how wrong it is for people to think leadership is a function of political party
when it is actually about the mindset of the individual. Governor Wike said his undying love, passion, and commitment to render effective service to Rivers people has sufficiently differentiated him from other politicians. The crisis between the Rivers State Governor Nyesom Wike and the presidential candidate of People's Democratic Party, Atiku Abubakar,
is far from being over, as a former senator representing Rivers Southeast constituency, Lee Ledogo Maeba, claimed the governor has banned party members from campaigning for his presidential candidate without his approval. Speaking during an interview, Maeba said former Governor Celestine Omeha went along with other PDP chieftains like Austin Opera to visit Atiku last Monday at his Abuja residence and apologized to him after Wike accused him of being a liar. He, however, said on their return, Wike called all of them who had paid a visit to Atiku to reprimand them for visiting the former vice president without his consent. Maeba said Wike also threatened that anyone who campaigned for Atiku in Rivers State without his permission will be dealt with. In a swift reaction, PDP State's Publicity Secretary Tambari Bara challenged Maeba to prove
his allegation that Governor Wike issued a threat against anyone campaigning for Atiku in the state. He said the governor has not given any official statement regarding Maeba's claims, stressing that it will be proper for Maeba to produce a proof of the alleged threats. In the meantime, there are strong indications that the Rivers State All Progressives Congress APC, led by the immediate past Minister of Transportation, Rotimi Amechi, is angry about the romance between the APC presidential candidate Bola Tinubu's men and the Rivers State Governor Nyesom Wike. Wike has in recent times been meeting with some APC chieftains, including Tinubu's
allies. On Monday, the Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu was invited by Wike to inaugurate a road project. The Rivers Governor also invited former Governor Aliyu
Wamako of Sokoto State and the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Femi Gbajabiamila, to inaugurate some projects in the state. Earlier, some APC governors, led by the chairman of the Nigerian Governors Forum, Kayode Fayemi, had also met Wike in the state amid his feud with the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Atiku Abubakar. However, sources close to Amechi told newsmen that the romance between Wike and Tinubu was disrespectful, especially since Wike and Amechi were political foes. They also accused Tinubu of supporting Senator Magnus Abe, who recently dumped the APC to run for governor on the platform of the Social Democratic Party, SDP. The legal team of the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, has written to the United Kingdom government seeking to know their plan towards securing
Kanu's release as directed by the United Nations. Kanu's International Counsel and spokesman, Bruce Fein, in a letter to the British High Commissioner to Nigeria, Patriona Leang, urged UK to ensure the implementation of the UN Working Group on Arbitrary Detention Opinion number 25/2022. According to the letter, the envoy was accused
of not giving attention to Kanu's case even weeks after the opinion was issued. The United Nations Human Rights Council Working Group on Arbitrary Detention issued unanimous opinion addressing United Kingdom citizen Nnamdi Kanu's kidnapping, torture, extraordinary rendition, and protracted detention without trial by Nigeria acting on collision with Kenya. Few days after he was appointed the Global Youth Ambassador for Bola Tinubu's support organization, Christ Embassy has suspended Dr. Desmond
Oyakilome Wogirin, a nephew of Pastor Chris Oyakilome, from his position as the president of Love World Next and Love World Innovation. In a video announcing the suspension during one of the services, the founder of Christ Embassy, popularly referred to as Pastor Chris, said his nephew was suspended for gross misconduct and will be placed on spiritual rehabilitation. It is not known what specific infractions Wogiri committed and if officials of the church are allowed to take part in political campaigns. But Pastor Chris said the suspension takes immediate effect and that his nephew will complete the rehabilitation program.
Ahead of the 2023 general elections in the country, Ghana's President Nana Akufo-Addo has disowned a Facebook post claiming he advised Bola Tinubu, the presidential candidate of the All Progressives Congress APC, to give Itobi a chance. Taking to his Twitter handle, President Akufo-Addo described as false as mischievous the post regarding Obi, the presidential candidate of the Labour Party. According to the Ghanaian leader, he did not anchor such a post and will never interfere in Nigeria's internal affairs and politics. The Philistines has scrapped an order for 16 Russian military helicopters following reports former President Rodrigo Duterte decided to cancel it due to U.S. sanctions on Moscow. Manila, a long-time Washington ally, agreed in November to pay 12.7 billion pesos on the Mi-17 helicopters as it seeks to modernize its military hardware. The United States and its allies imposed wide-ranging sanctions on Moscow in the wake of its assault on Ukraine in February. They are aimed at cutting off Russia from the global financial system and choking off funds available to Moscow to finance the war. The spokesman for Philistine's Defense Department, Arsenio Angolong, said it was formalizing the termination of the contract. Former Chelsea winger Willian is close to joining the club's West London rival Fulham. Willian, who currently plays for Corinthians, ended an unhappy 12-month
stint at Arsenal by terminating his contract with the Gunners. The 34-year-old spent 7 trophy-laden years with Chelsea before moving to Arsenal on a free transfer 2 years ago. The Brazilian is set to meet the club's board on Thursday and is unlikely to feature in Saturday's derby against Palmeiras. And lastly, on our news and brief this afternoon,
singer Kiss Daniel has apologized for failing to perform at the show in
Tanzania on Sunday. Daniel, who was arrested in Dar es Salaam over the incident on Monday, however, narrated his side of the story. Recall, police had arrested him over the incident while the show promoter, Stephen Uwa, had said he paid $60,000 to the music star and pleaded with him for over 5 hours to no avail. However, in a press conference, the Bulgar crooner said he and the organizer had decided to make it up to the Tanzanian fans who had showed him so much love. And that will be all for now. Thanks for listening. I am Esther Chimizi.
You have a wonderful afternoon.